Everything that Donald Trump touches dies. Someone even wrote a book about it, and just ask the Kansas City Chiefs after Trump endorsed them.
There's a certain quarterback that seems to be a pretty good winner.
Eagles fly in Super Bowl 59.
It seems like Trump has kind of like a Jim Cramer thing going on, where the opposite of what he says goes. And this death knell of a presidency, as it hammers on, more and more of these celebrities who supported Trump are coming up worse off now than they were before. This is going to be a very fun video, poking fun at the losers who are willing to stick their necks out for Trump like the turkeys that they are. The chopping block is ready, and I've got a short list of celebrities here who have decided to attach themselves to evil, so all of which are reaping what they sow. And the last one was a huge surprise to me when I saw it. But first, I want to thank you guys for liking and subbing to Really American. It's free, of course, and we wouldn't be here without you guys, so thank you.
Thank you.
Wayne Gretzky is a Canadian superstar, widely regarded as the best hockey player of all time. He's also a raging MAGA Trump-loving asshole who isn't even bothered to pick up the Canadian version of the Medal of Honor. It's called the Order of Canada, and for some reason Wayne Gretzky can't be bothered to pick it up. Apparently, he just hasn't found the time to schedule the trip. In May 2009, Wayne Gretzky was awarded the nation's highest civilian honor, Companion of the Order of Canada. He's never picked it up. It's just embarrassing, says Christopher McCreary, an expert on the Canadian honor system. I've probably met 1,000 recipients of the Order of Canada. It's a highlight of their lives, their country saying thank you. But Wayne Gretzky just sort of spits in the face of his country, pissing off a ton of Canadians. This poster says, unsurprising. What I've read is that in person, Gretzky is an asshole, and now a Trump supporter, so an asshole twice over. He's just waiting for his friend to make him governor of Canada. Somebody replied, he has lived in the US for over half of his life. I don't even think of him as a Canadian anymore. And now Gretzky has his tail between his legs, trying to distance himself from politics as much as possible, after Trump said that he should be the one that's in charge of Canada.
For the first time since many Canadians put Wayne Gretzky in the penalty box over his ties to Donald Trump, the NHL legend publicly played down his political influence when he was asked about people using his name to further their agendas.
I don't worry about those kind of things because you can't make everybody happy. But trust me, I have no political power with the prime minister or the president. That's between those two guys, and that's why you hold elections, and that's why people get to do what they want to do and say what they want to say.
Speaking on the Ben Maroney Show on Toronto 640 radio, Gretzky added that he's a proud Canadian. He was seen with FBI boss Kash Patel over the weekend and also attended Donald Trump's inauguration. The U.S. president came to Gretzky's defense earlier this year in a social media post, calling him the, quote, greatest Canadian of them all, and suggested he should be governor if Canada were to become a U.S. state.
Russell Brand made his conservative turn a couple of years ago after falling out of favor in Hollywood because he was Me Too'd during the pandemic, after which he lost his rocker, turning into a conspiracy theory right-wing nutta, as he would say.
I started to feel sort of like, well, actually, even if Donald Trump's not perfect, in his kind of own wrecking ball, upfront, outspoken, instinctual way, he's better. Whatever that guy is and whatever he isn't, I was thinking as I was sort of learning more and more about him, they don't like him. And I'm starting to have more doubts about them than him, even coming from a sort of a, you know, like culturally a position of the left.
From a leftist position? Russell Brand was never a leftist. The only thing leftist about him is he left his wife, apparently because she girl-bossed Too Close to the Sun. In an interview with Vogue in 2013, Katy Perry revealed the grounds for the divorce. At first, when I met him, he wanted to be an equal. I think a lot of strong men do want an equal, but then when they get an equal, they're like, I can't handle the equalness. He didn't like the atmosphere of me being the boss on tour. So that was really hurtful, and it was really controlling, which was upsetting. That doesn't exactly sound very leftist to me. And now he's leveled up from allegations to full-on charges. Russell Brand charged with R-word and SA. I can't say those words without getting demonetized. Russell Brand has been charged for these acts that occurred between 1999 and 2005. The charges relate to 4 separate women. Disgusting actions that he defended by, one, pretending that S-assault is somehow a part of the leftist culture that he was in.
I don't want to say evil, but somewhat diabolical culture that I participated in ways that were normal
in that culture in all manner of activity that amounts to hedonism, promiscuity, sleeping around, having sex with strangers, all that kind of thing.
And 2, he turns to Christianity, because he knows the conservatives can't touch an evangelical, because it's like calling safe in the grossest game of tag ever.
Jesus Christ, who at his mock trial, they say, hey, didn't you tell people not to pay taxes? If you turn away from that world of sin, then there is a beautiful new dawn awaiting you.
I wonder how much of the Bible he'll have to read to realize he's going to hell.
What's going on? Y'all are going to jail! Period!
Azealia Banks is best known for her 2012 indie hit 212 and for being an absolute psycho. For example, she posted a video of the closet where she sacrifices chickens for her witchcraft. It's real, very gross, and I'm not going to show it because, she actually really did it. But what do you expect from a Trump supporter? It's just really surprising because despite being a black woman and a rapper and a champion for minority communities for decades, she surprised everyone by endorsing Trump. First, showing up at a Trump rally during the campaign, which she just brushed off as hanging out with a friend, and then actually going through with it and voting for him, despite voting for Democratic candidates in other races. I mean, it's really petty and stupid, and she's finding out now because this is what she's saying. Okay, I think it's time for everyone who voted for Trump admit that we made a fucking mess. This is a disaster. Trump supporters right now, with a picture of Gayle King about to go to space. He's so petty and vindictive right now, to be honest, rightfully so, but not when the well-being and livelihood of billions of people, damn near the entire world, lay in your hands. Someone needs to get him a cute little lorazepam RX and a high-grade ashwagandha supplement because it can't happen like this. Nobody on earth is afraid of crazy old white man anger. Old white men need to reinvent the archetype because it's too predictable, like China is just dunking on everyone right now. To be honest, I love that for China though, and really do love China in general. China is the doll. This sums up my sentiment exactly. Girl, who the fuck is we? And as a final little cherry on top, there's Joe Exotic, Mr. Tiger King himself, who hilariously had a short-lived run for president in 2024 before suspending it in order to endorse Donald Trump. I have suspended my campaign to fully endorse Donald Trump for 2024. He has been my man for years, Joe Exotic said. But unfortunately, it seems like his support was in vain, because despite pardoning an insane amount of criminal supporters, including the January 6ers and random donors, Joe Exotic is still in prison, posting this absolute gem that should be in history books. President Trump, you forgot me again. Joe Exotic, and a little drawing he apparently did himself of a character from Naruto. Why does this man even have a phone in prison? Actually, you know what? Let him keep it if it means he's going to keep posting batshit stuff like this. I'm Tony Hinderman with Really American, and I'll catch you next time.